thank you for the host. Right, now let's get started with a stream. Right, first person mode, phone's off, wonderful, and have my hotbar back up. Let's see, let me just catch up with chat because I was distracted there. I think I got everything. If I missed something, let me know. Hope everyone's having a good weekend. I'm going to be working on the green wing because I've started building a pumpkin and melon farm and got a bit of work to do. I thought I'll do it on stream. My Wi-Fi is so terrible, can't even watch in 160p. Ouch. That's rough. Yeah, the reason we're doing a pumpkin and melon farm is because it's one of the things I haven't done that feed into here. I do need to build a mushroom farm at some point, but I've never done a mushroom farm. I'll figure that out one day. Yep, time to press button. Never gets old. Not wife. Wifey. Right, so as this tunnel is nice and long, I've got plenty of space to build farms. This is where I'm going to be doing the pumpkin and melon farm. So far, I've realised I've forgotten something. I'll grab it in a moment. Wow, 350 points for a walk streak. I've done one unloading station for a third of the farm, so I need to dig this back and then build 2 more unloading stations, link those up to the wiring to switch off the farm, and sort out the item streams that carry all of the stuff, which will be going down that way, and then goes left and connects with the inputs from the beetroot and wheat farm. You're going to use the design Mumbo used. I don't know what design Mumbo used, to be honest. I was going to build the design that I was looking at on Cubfan's video. However, there's a slight issue in that's not really going to work in how I've laid it out. So I've actually redone the farm. Here we go. Money talk. That made me confused. Yep. I'm going to be reusing the same design that I used for my base on Vanilla High, but with a few alterations which can allow me to turn off the farm. The idea for as many farms as the idea is to have as many of the farms I have on this server toggleable, so that if I need to turn them off, like we have too many resources or we're causing too much lag, I can. Money, 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 money. Dollar, dollar. Yes. Barry, I'm happy to do an audio thing for you. You need to tell me what you want, or if you've told me, then I apologise. I haven't sorted it. Need to update my Optifine. A new preview is up. I've never used Optifine. I keep saying that I need to sort it out because it's going to be useful for if I get invited to another UHC sometime. But at the moment, I'm just making do. There is definitely a zombie somewhere around me, which means there'll be an unlit cave around here. Let's see. In this chest, there should be some torches. Oh. Torches. I'll block that up. Go grab my redstone chest and some lanterns. I actually watched you build that farm yesterday on VH. Yep. As you've been watching through the Vanilla High videos, I wondered what your thoughts are on how I've progressed or changed stylistically. Because when you occasionally comment on an older video from Vanilla High, I go back and look to see what you're commenting on, and if it plays, I then end up listening to 5 seconds of my voice going, ooh, I sound really different. And I wonder whether that's more noticeable for me, or whether everyone can tell that I've changed. Hopefully for the better. Lanterns. Those will do. Those, and I need me redstone shocker. Because with all the streaming I've been doing and all the videos, it definitely feels like I've progressed, or at least I've relaxed. and settled more into my style. There's a video where you mentioned what you will think of yourself in a year. Is there? That's kind of worrying. How on the point? Sent you a link on Discord. Thank you very much, Barry. I'll have a look later. Not quite yet. I'll do it after the stream. Oh, that's a point. I need to get in the habit of opening up my soundboard. Oh. There we go. Now I'm ready, just in case I need to do a cheer. The entire video is 2 seconds long. Okay. I still need to check it and make sure that it's not too offensive to my ears. Right. While we're in here, we might as well move this shulker inside. Then I don't have to pop back and forth. Let's do that and that. And yes, I've got suspicious stew in my inventory. I just bought it from one of the villagers, and I was going to see what effect it has. Because I'd like to know, because if it's a useful one... No. Poison. Damn. That's from Barry's steak fries, actually. We need... Oh. So we're basically just going to copy what I've done here. So those two, and then all the way along. And the reason I'm using lime wool is just because it's different from the iron and easy to spot. Then we have hoppers. I'm surprised how 100 IQ you are on Skyblock. Huh? I'm not sure how to take that. Are you saying you're surprised how intelligent I was? Because it shouldn't be a surprise. I am, after all, a genius. Right, that goes there. Iron blocks. Should be one there, and a space. $100 IQ is kind of dumb. Yep. I've only had my IQ done once, and I can't remember what it was. It was 100. I think it was 152. Might have been 153, which I know is higher than it should be. I think I got lucky. Surprised how intelligent you are, because normally I give the impression that I'm an imbecile. Thanks. You really know how to flatter a guy. There goes there. Hello, Shay. Hope you're having a good weekend. I'm slowly getting used to the sound effects to know who is who. One day I'll have it down. How's your weekend? Oh, redstone dust. Pop this stuff away, and I'll grab rails and powered rails out there. And same from here. Then hopefully at the end I'll still have some left to go back in my redstone box. You actually get the reference. Reference from... Now I feel stupid. What? Take the lanterns off of the green section, then I can lay these rails. Let's start with this, and I have that on the other hand. Oh, redstone box, that would help. Yeah, I am, and I finally cut my hair. Nice. This area is a little bit smaller. Those are 8 wide. This is only 6 wide. The spacing is not quite going to be the same, but close enough. Oh, the Hollow Out Mountains reference. Gotcha. Yes, she did that for me. Very kind of him. I know I did. Ooh. Wow. My pick is too strong. I need to copy this one. Well, that doesn't technically matter. I just like the idea of it being the same. 2, and then 2, 3, 1, railroad. Return. Yeah, Gorilla Dude's been watching my back catalogue, which is great for my watch hours. I mean, I still need 4,000 watch hours before YouTube will consider me for ad revenue. But I'm getting there slowly. Well, it's been mentioned before in streams. And he only recently watched the episodes where that would have happened. He's just finished my Vanilla High episodes. Dup. Dup. Yeah, as I said, you hollowed out the mountain. Boop, 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 boop. Oh. 5 points to Gryffindor. Be really pleased when this is all finished. There, that's a loop. There, we just need to do the same over here. So what we're going to do is place the redstone blocks first. Like so and so. And didn't grab iron. Quite nice that I have so many of the resources I need just in one chest. Or shulker. It's almost like I'm prepared. We all know that's not true. Right. Break this and that. Hoppers. One goes down. There'll be a dropper underneath that, and then I can sort out the auto dropper clock afterwards. I got 5 shape points. I feel accomplished. You are very accomplished. 2 down, 1 down, and space. Dump, dump. 1 comparator, 1 repeater, and 1 torch. Although it would have made more sense to put it in the hotbar. And same with the iron blocks, as I need them. Surprised how intelligent I was with Skyblock. I liked Skyblock, it was good fun, and it was pretty much the inspiration for what we're doing on Lyfcraft, because we're in a world where there is no way of getting some items like diamonds, and so the villagers were the most sensible way of getting hold of stuff. I'll probably have to jump on my camera account and work out where the zombie groans are coming from. I mean, it's clearly in this corner, but it could be above me or below me by a couple blocks. And subtitles would help, but it's quicker just to use a spectator again. I'm on episode 5, so no spoilers. Okay. I don't think that was a particularly big spoiler that you're limited on resources. I did enjoy it. It ended a little bit soon because I could have continued to do more bits and pieces, but I kind of got past the main challenges. And you're in my way. You're in my way. Need to make sure I lay down all these rails before I leave, otherwise we'll get things spawning in here. Luckily they don't spawn on rails. No, you shouldn't be looking forward to the Xbox series. I mean, you saw how long ago those were recorded. Yeah. Very cringeworthy. Oh. Oh. What? I run out of rails. Damn. 2 fish swim into a hole. One says the other. Damn. Rails. We can do rails. Up do. Oh, you spent money using the affiliate link. That's fantastic. I assume on the US store. I need rails. So sticks. I'll take sticks. Then we'll head to the blue wing and grab the iron. Oh, mustn't forget, I made a cup of tea. Oh. Shay has redeemed the word ban for 1,500 dragon coins for the word iron. Yeah, the 5-letter rule is to stop people doing the word like this. I can bend the rules. I mean, it's just to stop people being silly and going, oh, don't say I or you or hello. Yeah, we can do iron. Okay, Google. Set my alarm for 30 minutes.
4:48 p.m.
Ooh, good cup of tea. Perfect drinking temperature as well. Yeah, I knew I didn't make rails for a reason. I knew that it would be something I could easily make as and when I need them. Then I have a tendency to make too many. I mean, look, that gets me 16. Normally I just shift click and then go, whoops. Two stacks should do. Why melon? That's too easy. Yeah, I'm working on a pumpkin and melon farm. And I did get caught out with slime and spider. Wait, are those the only two we've done? Yeah, the other thing is that when it's a word that I'm not thinking of all the time and therefore having to correct myself, I could see myself being more likely to be 10 minutes in and then just the word slips. Because I haven't had to think about it. So there's a good argument for both methods. Do you go through a lot of rails doing this? Good job I got a solid supply of all the materials I need for it. Oh, I didn't slip up there. No, I did stone once. You did, you're quite right. I knew there was another one. I was thinking there's got to be more than two. Excuse me. That took a little while to update. I personally think there's too much steel in rails. Do you now? That's a reasonable... I can't say what the banned word is, but I'm sure someone else in chat can. Although I wouldn't be surprised if you'd said that to try and trip me up. JT. Fun little game. It's got very dark here now, hasn't it? Darker than my soul. You would have gone with, you mean you would have set the banned word to rail? I'm hoping not to need rails much longer. I've got these ones to place. And then we're done with the things. I can get rid of these in there, and I've got some spare ones. Now, which bit to work on first? Let's work on the locking system, which goes along here. So. I need to get some more blocks. It is a resource I use a lot of. Please don't open up under here. I'd be surprised if I get onto planting them though today. Need some of those. It's a very loud zombie. It's going to be haunting us for the rest of the stream, I'm sure. Oh. 2 repeaters. I think. You have to go with 5 letters or more than 5, but yeah, that's what I outlined in it. And hello, Karis. Yeah, Karis. And my mouth has failed to work. Difficult with all these words. And yes, I've got redstone blocks in my inventory. It's always more fun to jump and reach. Wait, Zach has a connection with Icarus. It does. But I used my discretion. Shay's pick. Don't like it? You should spend your channel points first. Yeah. Do these droppers? Actually, I only need 2. Put the rest in. Saves me an inventory space. And take these. Should be all we need? Probably. One more block down. Can I place these like this? No. Like this. That'll work. I was at 1.4k. You're doing quite well. Although a friend of mine yesterday had to sing on stream because she set her price to, it was 25,000 points. She set it expecting no one to get 25,000 points. At this point, I had 74. 74? No, sorry. 69,000. So I could have bought multiple songs. She was surprised. And not in a good way. I think I ended up in her bad books. That goes there. That goes there. Track mode. And goes on top. So in theory... Oh. What? Oh. Yeah, that would help. 69k. Yep. I like keeping a reserve of channel points for people's streams, especially friends that I like to embarrass. So if something comes up where I can jump at the opportunity. So Tab knows that I've always got plenty to throw at her streams. Go this way. Should be 8 blocks. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That seems too many. Oh, no, we're good. So I'll have water source here and flowing that way. That's something to do later on in the stream. I'm going to find out where that zombie is. Give me one moment. Let me launch my second account and I can just buy, because I've been through a lot of the cave system around here. There must be just a spot where it's dark enough. And while that's loading, D. Yep, that works. Maybe. It could have spawned recently and I just haven't been out the area. But even if it's holding something, I still need to make sure that we don't get more spawning in the same space. Because every time we have something spawned around us, it of course reduces the efficiency of all the farms. Found it. Right, so we have plenty of lanterns. Lots around ours holding string. Oh. I wonder if yeah, that's getting louder. Although, not helped by the fact that my old account is right next to it. Hello. Oh, he is holding something. Gunpowder. So we're going to peer in here, expect things to fall down on our heads. Let's light up a few of the ledges. Ah! I did say expect something to fall down on my head, but yep. Stranger, when that happens for JT, it doesn't go as well as that. I survived. Didn't deserve to. I just panicked and screamed like a little girl. So hear more groaning. Okay. Okay, let's play a little game. What's a small fact about you that nobody in this stream knows? Ooh. By all means, you can ask questions and I'll let you know if I'm not willing to answer. That's a ledge. This looks like it's all underwater, but we'll just swim along here. Because I hear the groaning. If someone knows, you lose. No, because how do I know? Someone could just claim to know. Okay. Definitely more around here. Oh, found it. I know where to go. So we head over to this stream. Zach is psychic. Apparently. Up to here. Go into swim mode so I can fit through this gap. Although I could have just done that. That works. Then we drop down here and go, there's some ledges. What do you call a fat psychic? A fortune teller. Oh, wait. Let me do that again. What do you call a fat psychic? A fortune teller. Hey, it does work. I wear glasses, but not often. Only when driving, really. Or when trying to read signs. But wow, that's... Ow! No, 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 no! No, no! Let's go back up here. And mock from afar. Well, that was fun. I did lean over. I'm opting for a wah. It's... Don't have that. I've only got a limited soundboard at the moment. I'm slowly adding more things. And when I fell from that height, I did make absolutely no sense at all. Sorry. Ooh, spider. There's another ledge. There's also quite a lot of guys down there. Must reach and step back. Yeah, I will be adding more and more sound effects because I love having those available. Ow! We're not playing Scary Night this time. Ow. Just break that block and get me out of here for a moment. It's not really suitable. Because it's the sort of place that I can go more cautiously if I need to. I just choose not to right now. And since 1.14 mobs love to spawn in enormous packs, meaning you have enormous packs of falling creepers. Yep, and floating gravel. And ledges. These are sort of fun places to be. Ow! That's really rude. Just trying to get up here. Hello, friend. I don't like him. Ow! You, sir, are a menace. Hello. Oh, he dropped. Ah, you thought. In case anyone on the stream wasn't aware, we have a fun game where people ban a word. I can't say what I just picked up. You know, that stuff. Wow, this goes down a way. Another one. That was close. This looks quite... Wow. Impressive. Fast. Oh. Apparently I've been here before. Well, at least someone has. Probably not me, actually. If it were me, I would have lit up the place with lanterns. Normally. You can say ingot, yes. Just can't see the first part. There's the arrows. Oh, gunpowder. You are a jerk. I wonder if I can get myself a disc out of this. Probably not worth it. Nope. Right. Put that in. Retreat for a moment. Eat some food. Get shot by another jerk. Oh. Suicidal. What? And they're all holding things. He's holding something I wasn't expecting to see him holding. Normally they only drop the ingots when a player kills them. away! I don't like you. This looks man-made. Someone's been caving near my base. Probably before I joined the server. I can't really blame them. Because it wasn't a base at the time. Ooh, XP. That is a lot of groaning. The problem is dealing with that guy with a bow. If he can shoot one of the zombies, there we go. And then we step back and just keep an eye on our surroundings, make sure nothing kills me while I'm up here. How did you get out? Oh, never mind. You see that one there? There's another one up there. Yeah, these things take a long time to light up. And I've only got so many lanterns. Stretch. Done. That'll do for today. We'll leave the rest. Find our way back? Nope, that's not the way back. Nope. Swam through there. What's from this angle? Yeah. And then we just put one down there and close it off, pretend it was never there. Sorted. Wow. Ouch! Don't ask me why I felt the need to do that. It was fun. Let's do this next dropper. One of those. That. That's all we need. Some blocks. Still didn't say it. One of those. One of those. It's almost like I've done this before. Yep, that seems to work. Just need the last block on top. And the item stream. This time it's only 6 blocks over. 5. Wait. 1, 2, oh. 6, I think. Yeah, we got it. I am back. Meaning, again. I know it was a typo. My interpretation was more amusing for me. Should have signs in here. Yep. And plenty of buckets. Let's put what we can in here that we don't need. Oh, nice. Nice, nice paper. Don't need those. Ooh, toast. But we do need lots of buckets. So pop these in. And those things. Blocks of... Oh, forget the word. I shouldn't need this many buckets. But it's better to have too many than not enough. Making toast, not the bunny. What? I'm now confused. Mouse mode. Right. Water. It's here. Let's... Nice. You can do the same thing over. Oops. And one of those. Going to use up a few source blocks. Should flow over, push it over here and into this stream, which was good. And only yesterday I discovered that I left out a piece of ice underneath my beetroot and wheat farm. And so most of the drops from the farm were just despawning. And of course sitting there creating lag for all the server. Sorry guys. One of those. Those. Name a rabbit toast. It gets a special skin. What? I've never heard that. I appreciate it's probably a little bit dark down here. It's... Ta-da! Packed ice, so we should be okay. Won't melt. Oh, look, that sign says... One more. And what we can do here, take this one out, pick up that source. Then it's a new block of ice here, sign, and with this water here, it should carry far enough over that it still reaches the side. It does. This is the output for the beetroot and wheat farm. So everything's feeding into the same stream. It does. I know you don't know, you didn't know about Grum either. No, I didn't. But Grum is just an alternative for dinner bone. Right? I want to get out. We can cover that up like so. And same thing over here. I did do that right. I think. Oh. Why did that feel so different? Oh, because I've done the clock the other way around. I've just done it this side rather than that side. Not that it makes any difference. Just really confused me. I think I did it the other way around on the first module. The witch farm is finally done. Ooh, nice. I would like to see a screenshot, if you don't mind. I like witch farms. I kind of feel tempted to build a base around a witch farm one day. Just so it's always loaded. The drops from it are so useful. I mean, you get the gunpowder and the redstone dust, which is two resources that you often need lots of. Yeah, as I was saying, I built it the other way round because I don't think I was expecting to be able to close off from where the redstone is to where the water is. Follow Zach on Twitter. Good idea. You should follow me on Twitter. Right, so that's the item streams carrying in. Theory now. Oh, no! No, 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 no. No, no. Oh, wait, we're okay. I just panicked there thinking that I had an overflow protection that I don't have. It would just end up in the compost. So that's going to shoot into the item stream, which I suppose tests it. And if it doesn't work, I lose a shulker with loads of useful items in it. But it should shoot along. There's the item stream over here that it goes into. So it'll zip it into there, go up, and then around the outside it should get stuck trying to feed into the composter. Although there's a lot of hoppers between the two. So by the time I get there, it still might not have reached it. In which case I'll be standing there for a while wondering while it's trying to despawn somewhere. I made a post on Reddit on it. I got 6.9k upvotes. Oh, that was your post. I saw that screenshotted and put on the Vanilla High Discord. Oh, my alarm! That's the first time I've successfully gone through without saying a word. Stop. I'm going to switch my mic off now. I don't like Google listening to me. This is our first for everything. So, yay! 2 reasons to be happy about that. 1, I didn't lose a shulker. And 2, that did test that things are feeding in. Tea time. And it's already been 30 minutes. That's the weird part. What, the time's flown by? Well, when you have amazing company. Like me. Tea, I need 2. Hang on. Oh, I was just about to do the command for you. One minute. Right. So now that's all working? I sounded really sure there, didn't I? All working, maybe? What I'm going to do is... I might as well take this back to the storage area and we can grab the dirt. Meow! Oh, that looks painful. Oh, that's better. You remembered it. Good. Well, I do have a command list now. If you could test it, that would be amazing. Should just be !commands. And then it will come up with a message with a link to my list of commands. Along with privileges as to who can use them. Now, if you wouldn't mind checking that out and let me know if there's anything that's unclear, that would be amazing. Oh, I shouldn't put those in there. Let's put them straight in here. The only other thing I need to remember to do is put the hopper minecarts down first. Because I currently have no way of accessing that area. So we've got our hoppers, minecarts, there's 2 in here, and I'll grab another one out of here. I need to make a access route. We have a spreadsheet. Spreadsheets are exciting. As everyone that works in an office will know. Shay, you have now been following Zach for 1 month, 2 weeks, and 1 day. See, some of my commands are working. When I first set up my command bot, I had like 1 command and then just gradually added 1 at a time. Oh, dirt. You got the dirt. You have Insta and Instagram. I do have the commands for Insta and Instagram. You're quite right. 1 month, 3 weeks and 4 days. It's not a competition. If it was, I think Karis would win. Because I seem to remember she might have followed me before I even joined, started streaming on Twitch. Because originally I was streaming on Mixer. But with the amount of streaming I do, it would take... basically, I would never meet the requirements for affiliate or partner as they have there. Because they don't have an affiliate program. It's basically partner or nothing. Whereas on Twitch, you can get partner, but that's a much higher level, or affiliate, which is the lower level. I got affiliate in the first month, thanks to all you guys following and joining in on streams. More than double vary. If it's... Yes, but it won't be forever. Right, now, I said about an access route. It kind of makes sense to do that from over here. This is where I have a tiny little ladder that brings me down to, well, the hopper mine carts for this area, for the beetroot and wheat farm. Now, the pumpkin and melon farm. Hang on a moment, let me think. It goes in more than this, I'm sure it does. So if we dig through here, and hopefully we'll come out in the right place. Ooh, I almost social. Zach is a dinosaur, but has now learnt to use Twitter. If you follow him there, you can get updates about streaming and videos. He hasn't branched out into Instatalk or Snapgram, or whatever you kids are into nowadays. Yep, that's basically me, an old man. Ooh, this is promising. This is the redstone running in this bit, which means I have access back here. Let's pop some torches along this wall, because of course I don't want the thing spawning back here. And then we can close everything up, safe in the knowledge that if I need to go in and fix stuff, I can. And yes, I could have gone out the other way. Zach, you're a dragon. Get it right. Wait, what did I do? Oh, dinosaur. Gotcha. Good point. I suppose I could claim to be a ancient dragon. Hopper minecart. I need 3. Apparently I have to craft them one at a time. Rather than letting them set off, if I turn the lever on the wall over here, what it should do is power those blocks at the back, which unpowers the rails. See? Like a pro. I only really have Twitter. Same. Dino-ragon. Yes. Exactly what I was thinking. And... oop. No, don't need the bowl. Although technically a way to farm fuel from villagers. I can buy whatever they're called. Suspicious stews. When I lay this, I need to make sure that I put some lighting above. And it would be better if I used torches. Yeah. While I know there are many different social platforms out there, I only really use the ones that are particularly relevant to me. And I don't really feel there's a need for me to use Instagram. I mean, I could occasionally take like 4K screenshots of, or shader screenshots of things that I built in Minecraft and post it there. But I could do that on Twitter just as easily. And most people can be persuaded to have both. In which case, you don't need to follow me on both. When a villager sells suspicious stew, does he always sell the same one? I believe so. Which is why I was buying it from one particular villager to see what it was. There's a few that I wouldn't mind being able to have just in case it's useful, like night vision would be a really cool one. I think you can get night vision ones. Instagram extra cat pics. No, but that can already go up on Twitter. Yeah, so the suspicious stew that I drunk earlier was poison from Barry Steak Fries, and it was the bottom one. He has 2. That's true. Okay, I don't have... Barry? Was it Shay that came up with the name Barry Steak? No. You just got gamed? I can't remember. Someone suggested Barry Steak Fries. And it was in your honour, Barry. I have a map of the West Farm from last August. What's special about the West Farm from last August? Barry Steak Fries. Yeah, it was Shay, wasn't it? Yeah. I want that one. I want that one. Let's see what it is. Turn off that. Let's unload spare potatoes. Ooh. I heard a hiss. Then again, it could be on my... Oh, that's flying around. Nope, it's not. It's... Oh. Found it. We'll drink this in a moment. Let's get rid of the spider first and light up that area. As it's just up here. Behind this redstone. Hello. Not much space up here for it to spawn, but one there, and we'll have one there, and then we'll close it off anyway. Can't close it off too much. That'll do. Bring name a villager back. Maybe. It's probably going to happen soon. We haven't named one remorse yet. Okay. Let's find out what this suspicious stew does. Ooh! Night vision! That's perfect. I mean, it doesn't give me a lot of night vision, but it gives me a couple of seconds for a screenshot. And yes, I did that on purpose. You're not Barry. You're Barry. Let's have another one. So we can test to see. They want to cats. That's ironic. Right. So in theory, there should be night vision again. Yeah. So they are consistent. Chimkem nuggies. No. I don't know. What do I do with these bowls? Are they... Nope. Oh, it's the server restart. It's always at 5 o'clock. It never stops me being surprised, though, when it occurs. Yay, something named Barry is useful to society. You're not actually called Barry. I just made that up. Let's see if I can get back on now. The restart doesn't normally take too long. Oh, I can. And my bowl is on the floor. Back to Minecraft. 3 bowls. Thank you for testing. Well, I always was under the impression that it was, but when someone asks, you can't help but go, I think? Probably? Maybe? Boop. Oh. Can't place them fast enough. And for the sake of a few seconds, to be sure. To be sure. And I did say that these rails, this area here was dark before. It's getting even darker with these on top. Oh. I probably should have grabbed more dirt. Oh, well, we got plenty. It's just, I thought it would be enough. But it's not. I suppose I went through more than 3 stacks of rails. So I should have grabbed more than 3 stacks of dirt. Because dirt covers everything. And the rails only cover, what, 2/3? I got really confused there. I was starting to read my bot's message. Thinking, who's saying to join a growing community of awesome people? It's a very sensible idea. Wise words of a wise man. Then I remembered that I said that. I just typed it a couple weeks ago. I was talking earlier about commands and how they've developed over time. I think I've got most things covered. But same with... It's the same thing with audio files. If you have an idea or a suggestion, feel free to let me know. Because that's what I'm trying to improve as time goes on. What did I come here for? Oh, dirt. Dirt. That's more than enough. That's definitely more than enough. Get rid of these bits. Get rid of the iron. And not get rid of my redstone shulker. Make the bots talk. You mean as in response to messages? Make the bots talk. When he advertises. You mean as in record me saying stuff, potentially modulate it and then get it to play as an auto sound file? I could do, but it would get boring pretty quick, I think. I mean, it's boring enough hearing my voice without my voice over my voice. And then I'd be interrupting myself. Excuse me? What? Hello? Should only take one more hit. There you go. Yeah. Handled him alright though. And it would have been a real pain if he'd have blown up on my tracks. I could have probably fixed it. But the issue is that if you blow up a stretch here, when you place rails down, it auto-connects. And it might not auto-connect in the way that I want it to. Rails are notoriously a pain when it comes to that. Just a quick building inspector ensuring you comply to code. Did I pass? I think I've got enough dirt to finish this. Oop. Yeah, I filled that in. Missed that one. Place that. And what did I do with my shulker? But where did I place it? Did I put it in the sorting system? Let's not go that way this time. Let's do this properly. Right up there first. And then we can go look for where on earth I put my quartz. Quartz. Shulker. If it is not to code, have to rebuild everything. If he blows up, then you have to rebuild everything to code. As he didn't blow up my build, I take it the bruise. Meow! It makes perfect sense. What on earth did I do with that shulker? I need the stuff that's in there. I was planning on doing something else. Found it! I need those for starters. Don't need the wool anymore. Let's get rid of this dirt. And all this other junk. Keep the torches. Want those. And want those. You might as well take those as well. You can come with me, actually. I know I just grabbed the concrete out there that I thought I needed, but then picked up the shulker anyway. But still, it's fine. I'd rather have too many items than not enough. Although I have a funny feeling I'm going to need more signs. You'll find out in a moment. We'll head over there. Oh, didn't finish my tea. Hang on. An hour and 10 minutes after I made it, it's starting to get cold. What wonder if I could do with one of those mug warmers. You know where you put it, it's a USB thing where you put the mug on top and it just keeps it warm. Maybe I'll add it to my Amazon wish list. Nearly said wash list. Wow, I've really been knocking back that tea. I really don't have any more signs. Oh well, just make some extras. Signs are one of those things that you tend to use up, especially when you're doing lots of item streams. Sticks. And oak. Oh, and by the way, if that wasn't here last week, it's because my intention is to enchant my spare armor and stuff that I get from the end up to a maximum level, and then I can just keep them as spares in case we need to loan them out or someone wants to purchase them. So I've got things in here that we just picked up from the end raids, and I could do with just putting mending and unbreaking 3 on those and put them in the barrel. I don't need to trade. I am fine. Probably. Now, just before starting to stream, I was recording for an episode and I was sorting out my kelp farm. Now, the solution I came up with for storage when I built the thing was a little bit temporary in that, ouch. When these furnaces filled up, they just filled up and I couldn't tell when it was worth putting kelp blocks in and how many kelp blocks in because there's no indicator of how many hoppers are filled up behind. I've now put 2 hoppers and a dropper for each furnace. So essentially, when this has got 1 stack, the 2 furnaces are, so 2 hoppers are full and the dropper's full, I have 20 stacks of kelp to smelt, which means exactly 1 stack of kelp blocks go in to fuel the fire. So the idea is that everything fills up, and then when this one starts filling up first, when that's full, this one will fill up, then this one will fill up, this one. When this one's full, little indicator light turns on. My commands no work. Trade I disabled. It was only something for 1 episode because I needed a lot of quartz for what I was working on. Episode? 1 stream. I needed a lot of quartz for the next recording thing I was doing. Let me grab my shulker box. Quartz blocks, I use those. Oop. Do I need anything else? Nope, we're good. So, on top of here, we have the item stream pushing them across. If this one fills up, excess will fall off here. And this is where I'm going to feed everything down and towards the silo area, because I have a silo strip for kelp. Oh, I did though forget my back ties. What? I thought I picked that up. I'm such a moron. Also, it's quite surprising that my tunnels have grown long enough that it's worth using rockets to fly around. Nope. 13. Hopefully that'll be enough. If not, we might have to go fly out to where the ice is. Or just borrow a few blocks from JT's ice farm. Replace them off stream. Alright, so items drop down here. Ouch. And this whole channel should be deep enough that it doesn't interfere with any redstone. I think. So one of those. So break that. 1 ice block. 1 sign. And water again. Let's do it 1 block further back this time. I want there to be enough water here that it doesn't get stuck on any corners. It's JT's ice farm Is JT's ice farm closer than my base? I stocked up on ice recently. Has its own chest. There's not a lot of difference. It's the sort of thing of when you're travelling, how far you travel is not a huge issue. Well, that nearly works. Again, one earlier. Sign over here, and how much ice did you stock up with? Just being nosy. Now this is my hallway, which is lots. Why does that not surprise me? When you do things, you tend to do it to. I went out to an iceberg area. Oh, so you're ruining the environment. Gotcha. Well, maybe I do need more ice. We'll see. So in theory, this will travel a fair way. Can't just poke my head up here. Yeah, it's gonna be a long way over. Block that up just in case anything spawns and wanders out. A polar bear attacked me. Polar bears don't normally attack players unless provoked. I'm not saying that you're to blame. Hang on a minute. Hoppers pick up everything. Item stream goes across here. So actually, if we keep digging, we'll eventually break into an item stream. We don't have to dig a pilot hole. I think there was a baby one nearby. Are they that protective? We'll leave this hole for now. Boop, 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 boop. I didn't know they were protective. I thought they only attacked if provoked. And naturally, with you being so aggressive towards animals that are completely innocent, I assumed it's your fault. So, of course, with this item stream, it means that any kelp that gets produced after those furnaces filled up will end up in the silo room. And then, of course, if the silo room ends up full with kelp, the excess go to the composter. Because kelp is fully compostable. Have actual job. But I didn't see it, so I didn't know I was in between. Ah, okay. Now when you start digging these things and then you go past a certain point and start thinking, have I gone too far? I must have hit it by... I would have hit it by now, surely. You destroyed its home, it can attack. Yes. Although that's not what happens in real life. In real life, the polar bear is just standing on a very small iceberg that's... Ooh. How are we not there yet? Oh, maybe the water stream's at a different height. Oh no. Wow. This tunnel's really long. Are we there yet? Well, that should have been a bit of a clue with the quartz. I should have known where I was. Do you buy things with Amazon? You can help support me by making your Amazon purchases through this link. I'll have to check into that and see. Oh, that's slightly problematic. Well, a little bit problematic. What we'll do is take a chicane back here. Then if we drop out here, we won't have any issues with items not having momentum. Yeah, that should work. Yeah, that'll definitely work. What we're talking about should work. I'm off, got to set up for my home game of D&D. Oh, so people are coming round. Are you playing Dungeon Master? I know you want to go and I'm asking stupid questions. Are you Dungeon Master or a player? The silence is killing me. I'm DM and it is online. Oh, okay. Well, have fun. Don't torture them too much. But it's my homebrew rules. Oh, is that what a home game means? You can tell I've not played the thing. I have no idea what this stuff is. Some kind of magic. Dragons. Which you'd think I would be an expert on, seeing as I claim to be a dragon. But nope. Not a clue. Oops. Secret sign. Potential. Oh, damn it! One says to the other. I'll get there eventually, alright? Zacko stopped in for an hour and a half once and had no idea what was happening. Oh, D&D. I thought you meant into my stream. I was about to get really offended. To drive this thing. Damn it! We'll go like that. 2 fish in a tank. One. I'm glad they changed the ability to edit signs. One says to the other, know how to drive this? There we go. Just in case anyone ever spectates around here. They can have their lives brightened up by a stupid dad joke. That took far too long to type. I'm not doing that each time. Oh. Okay, what we're going to do is place the bucket there. Fill up. Fill up. And then fill. Fill. So we now have 4 water sources, which should be enough. Hopefully. If not, I might run out of ice before then. Hi, hungry, I'm dead. What? What? One of the shortest jokes I've ever heard, I think it was Jimmy Carr that said it, was, okay, picture this. Acting classifieds. 2 words. Dwarf shortage. You're welcome. Right, and please say we've got enough ice. Please say we've got enough ice. It is pretty touch and ooh, touch and go. I'm going to need another water bucket, aren't I? One there, and then we can grab. Just have 2, like so. Sign. Water. Pray that goes far enough. It doesn't quite. One there. Oh, I hate doing these because they can... I think if they catch the water here, they can end up stuck with their hitbox on this ledge. I could be wrong, but I just worry about it. Nice. Gorilla Dude laughed. I'm not sure why. Please don't tell me it was because of one of my jokes. Because then, I'm afraid you've gone down in my books. That'll kind of work. I mean, if I place... let's do that first. Just in case there's anything under here for the water to flow to. There isn't. wonderful. That goes there. That breaks. And then everything will work? Probably. Nope. I need to get out. Oh, well, that worked. And just fill in those holes that I've made. That have appeared on their own. I didn't break it. Two more and carpet. So that is my overflow protection for the kelp farm. It feeds now into the silo room, which makes perfect sense. One of those. Two of those. So eventually, when that light turns on, I just put a stack of kelp blocks in each of those. Perfect. Dirt moments? Nope. That wasn't worthy. I have put 4 dirt moment videos out. Although one of them wasn't technically a derp, it was just entertaining watching a drowned and a pufferfish fight. I think those are good things to post. It's just a little bit of entertainment. That land does look a little bit lonely up there, but I couldn't put it any lower down because of course I've got hoppers there. That worked out quite nicely. Flying down tunnels. I'm not going to build the redstone for the pumpkin melon farm because that is not particularly interesting and I will have to concentrate because I'm not sure. I've got to remember how to do it. And if I make a mistake, I'd be quite annoyed. So I have something else to do. Means putting this down. Unload this stone. That can stay there and grab some shulkers. Also need some of this stuff. That. And a shovel. I know, it's rare for me to grab one. Now, in recent streams, you'll remember that I was working on the slime farm, which is a long way from being finished. Because I'm not that worried about it. It's just producing a few bits of slime in the background, which I like, but I do need to tidy up the surface. I think I could get out this way. I think. And that gives me a chance to show you in case you haven't been around here. Yep, so slimes jump to their death. They do get attacked by the golem occasionally, but most of the slime balls end up in there. Occasionally, they drop just on the edge of the hoppers and don't get picked up. The filter items in the witch farm are stone buttons called stone butt. Oh dear. I've emptied the chests out here a couple of times, by the way, so that's not all I've produced so far. I think we've had about 5-6 stacks of slime blocks. Ouch. I can get out this way? Yeah, yes I can. I'll show you what we've got up here. So with the glass at this height, we have a little bit of an issue in that looks hideous. And so I had multiple options, one of which was just line it with sand, so it looks a little bit tidier, or clean it up to be all stone. But I don't like that very much, and I discussed that with Hushbug. She didn't like it either. The other thing was to try and slope it down and have basically the level of the ocean same as over here. Now, this patch here where there is no kelp or seagrass was about this height, and I've dug it down and done a little bit of contouring so that because this area was below the glass, that area was well above it, so I've flattened it a little bit. The idea would be to continue doing that all the way around, which involves quite a lot of digging, but I think it would look a lot better, especially when you think of flying overhead, being able to see the glass from all sides. Because while we're on this side where it's deep, we can see the whole thing. If we go over this way and look across, you see nothing because of this ledge. So Are you throwing tridents at me? You are throwing tridents at me. That's really rude. Can I have that trident, please? Damn. No trident. So my plan is to drop these sides down. Thoughts and opinions would be appreciated. A, does that look okay? And yes, I know that I need to put some seagrass back in there and perhaps some coral. Maybe some sea pickles to light it up. But I think that looks alright and much better than that area, which is basically the same sort of shape. Head drowned. So feedback and opinions would be amazing. Ooh. Oh, those are the tridents he was throwing at me. Some of it's fairly easy and obvious that this could just be flattened across here. Well, that's where it is. But when it comes down to this part here, I've got to slope this down. So from that point to gradually slope down to there, so it's nicer. Hello. There's a really pretty fish. Gold, please. Damn. So this is going to look very ugly as I'm working on it, but the end result should look better. And we're going to start at the highest point and then just slowly level it down until we're kind of the same height as that bit over there and try and contour it down. Oh. Really? You want to give me that many ghost blocks? Thanks. So we're working a bit of a grind work. But does mean that I'm free to do this and chat. Of course, occasionally I'll need to pick up those items because I don't really want to waste sand. And, of course, when the entity count starts getting high, you get a lot of lag. Which is fun. Especially for my poor computer. I mean, it's alright spec. But I'm running a GTX 1050. Zafod, nice of you to pop in. You missed quite a lot this stream. Been working on the melon and pumpkin farm, kelp farm, and now I'm digging sand out. Which I have a funny feeling I might be doing this on the last stream. Slime farm. Sides. Ugly straight wall. Gonna have some contours to it. How's your weekend going, Zafod? Been up to much? Ooh. Lag's always so much fun. Can be. Interesting. Hoping not to get too much. It's just I need to be aware of it and occasionally go up and collect the stuff. But I don't want to go too soon because then you end up spending too much time floating around trying to pick up all the stuff. Rhesus! Nice of you to come along. And nice. Hang on. I should do the salute. I should do the salute. Ta-da. I'm not entirely... I'm not that familiar with what the salute is. It's something about streamers use the salute to show to each other that they are also streamers. Something Tab's involved in, which I pay some attention to, but not as much as I probably should. Everyone's here. The Pope? Oh. You mean the cool people are here? And anyone that's not here to hear me say that can't hear me say that, so we're okay. Just don't tell them. You weren't here, so apparently you're not cool. Oh! Thank you for the host, Gorilla Dude. Always appreciated. Quite a lot of people aren't aware of what hosting does. Just means that if anyone looks at your channel, they see that you're showing me. It's another way for me to get more visibility. Nope. Right, Rhesus, yeah, just got timed out because it thought you said... Because you didn't have a space between thank you and sir. So it just assumed it was a link. Luckily, my timeout's set to just 1 second, so it shouldn't be a huge issue. Ooh, fish. Let's finish off this level. And you see, this is the reason I left my beacon in. Because otherwise, this would be incredibly tedious. Unless they watch the stream later on. Good point. I take back what I said. All the cool people are here or watching the stream on VOD. Look, I covered myself. Nice recovery, eh? Pick up some of this stuff. I'm going to put my shulkers over here. Oop. Shulker. And one over the side on its own. Feeling a bit lonely. Ooh, stuff. I can't afford to let sand go. Sand is one of those things that when I joined the server, because it was so established already, I didn't know where I could grab sand from. Can I post clip? Yes. If it's a Twitch clip, that's fine. I set the filter to allow it. Obviously, people could try and take advantage by posting someone else's Twitch or a self-promo, but those people won't last, and therefore I don't care. They can do that, and then I can ban them. But self-promo without approval, yeah, go away. Nice save. Thank you. Wow. That's a lot of sand. I really didn't need to bring any with me, did I? Because I only technically need to lay down one layer of sand at the end, pretty much. Apart from, of course, on a steep cliff. And I brought multiple stacks. And a fair bit of this will be more than one block deep of sand. Right. That'll be enough to warrant a trip. Let's put sand in this one, because it's useful. And then we can put all the other stuff in here that we don't particularly want. Oh, including kelp. Grab the rest of this sand. Sand? Don't let me do that again. Oh, I forgot to press the button when resource turns up. I have a small soundboard, although nothing compared to what Tab has. Hang on a minute. Exposed. I can kind of guess what that clip is. Is that me saying things that get me in trouble? Ooh. I have inadvertently created myself a trident farm. Ow! Ow! Ooh, gold. I need that. Need that. I used up basically all the gold I had with powered rails. And then needed more. So I took a trip to the nether and started poking pigs. Just tap them and then run away. And then a horde of them followed me. It was fun. Stressful, but fun. See, that's looking better already. Ooh. I'm really glad that that conduit reaches over to that side. Reaches most of the way to the main dome. I've done a fair bit of contouring. Contouring. Oh, that was a struggle in the past on Vanilla High, because with Vanilla High being an amplified map, wanting to get something that's manageable and not too steep requires a lot of landscaping. Cutting down hills and then making it look reasonable. A too high pillar beats a horde of big men, though not if there's a ghast around. Funny you should mention that. Wait, you don't dupe powered rails? No, I don't. I don't dupe anything, actually. And I find the concept of duping interesting, but I choose not to play doing that. It's a personal choice thing. If someone wants to dupe on the server, it doesn't bother me. It's just not my playstyle, especially when it's all stuff that's farmable anyway, because, well, powered rails is just gold, sticks, and redstone, all of which you can farm. So there's no real need to dupe those. The things that I can kind of understand duping are gravel and sand. If you're on a server where you're limited with resources. Oh, drowned. But it would take a while before I would be willing to do that. But I don't have anything against someone else that chooses to do it on the server. I mean, JT and Bex have a sand and gravel dupe thing that uses the end portal. As long as they're not selling the stuff, it doesn't really matter. They're just saving some of the grind, so they've got more time to make content. And if you haven't seen their content, go check it out. Really talented. I mean, JT does stuff that I can't even get my head around with redstone. And then he understands quite a lot of the modded scene and technical side of Minecraft, which I can't do. And then Bex just does this thing so naturally where she just turns up a project and go, I'll just make something. She makes it straight from her head into Minecraft, and it's amazing. What's the world border on the server? I don't actually know if there is one, to be honest. I assume that one's been set, but I've flown out a bit of a distance just exploring, but I've not seen one yet. Doesn't mean there isn't one, just means I haven't found one nor worried about it. The thing is that on a server such as this, where it's invite only, you don't really have to worry about griefing or raiding. I mean, it's definitely a big enough server because Enigmacraft is 39,000 blocks from spawn, I think. Something like that. It's quite a long distance. Might be less, but it's long enough that it's a bit of a hassle to go over there. Duping's only really a problem if someone's doing on a server where there's a rule against it. Yeah, even then, it's just not how I choose to play. Nothing against it. It's just I kind of view it as an unintentional game mechanic. And as that's not how the game's intended to work, I choose not to take advantage of it. There are other things that weren't intentional to start with, but have become part of the game because the developers have had the option to remove that feature, but haven't. I'm trying to think of examples of that, like some of the redstone mechanics that weren't originally intended, like quasi-connectivity, but then there's a lot of things that rely on that, and they've had the option of taking it out or fixing it, and they've chosen not to. Whereas duping, they always try and remove the ability to dupe. So it's definitely something that's not an intended game feature. Like using minecarts for entity grabbing is kind of unintentional. Sort of. But if they wanted to, they could say minecarts don't count as, you know, towards entity grabbing. If they wanted to get rid of that, they could. I hope they never remove TNT dupers. Doesn't bother me. Don't use any at the moment. There are farms on the server that use TNT dupers. I just haven't got around to building one. I wouldn't mind building one at some point. Most likely for something like a cobble gen farm. But that would be if I got to the point where I wasn't digging anymore and I wanted resources to trade with a stonemason, I suppose. was something that when I started the season, I had next to no dirt or stone. Because I've basically been buying all the resources I've needed so far. I'd be okay with them removing them if they gave Java movable dispensers. Yeah, I can see the argument. I don't think anyone knows exactly how Mojang are going to develop the game. It's... Sand? 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 I said don't let me do that. I'll say that. Got any more sand to pick up? Just stone and dirt. Stone and dirt I'm not too worried about. Sand is precious. That's why it kind of offends me when people make glass. It's like, I can get stacks of glass for you, I'll swap you. Nope. Ozza recently built a large smelter. I went, what for? He went, it's basically for glass. I need a lot of it. I'll give you glass, give me the sand. I like sand. Sand's useful. Especially if you wanted to get into building stuff with concrete. Gravel and sand. I value them fairly highly, even though they're plentiful. If you were to build a base that uses a good chunk of concrete, it would soon become a valuable resource. Yes, bedrock there is so buggy it's almost unplayable. Depends on your perspective. Oh, speaking of the devil, I was just talking about Ozza and smelting glass. Oh, excuse me. Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon. Oh, we're actually at the point where we're meeting this hillside. So what I'm going to do here is instead of... Oh. Ozza, you resubbed. Thank you. Wait, I've lost my sight. Conduit, please. Thank you. Don't want to drown. Thank you so much. For some strange reason, that hasn't come up on my mini feed. It came up on screen, but not my mini feed, which is my events tracker. Yeah, sand and gravel are finite and only obtainable by digging, so technically... Hello? I'm talking. Go away. Oh, gold! Digging, so technically infinitely more valuable than anything that is generated. Oh. Generatable. Also, sub-height. Yep, big sub-height. Thank you, Ozza. Right, so now I've got to the point where we're level with this bit. I need to cut my lines over here. So what I tend to do when trimming everything back is just picking a roughish line in the sand. Line in the sand. Ah, and there's the conduit power. So it's right on the edge. And then everything to the right of it I can dig out. And then we just do that layer by layer until we get to the right height. A few drowned around. 3 months. You legend. I'm surprised that I've got to 3 months of subscriptions already, to be honest. Doesn't seem that long ago since I joined the platform, let alone got affiliate. Oh, it's a Nautilus shell he's holding. Hello. Gold, please. Nope, that's not gold. Nautilus shell? I'll take that. I could do with another conduit. Ow. I was thinking about building a sort of drown farm out here. I know it's not the most efficient way of doing a drown farm because it's better when you've got a river, like in a desert, and you build it up in the sky. There's a ghost block. There's plenty of them. So, as I said, these aren't the most... It's not the most efficient place to have it, but if it's built at my base, it's loaded all the time I'm here anyway, so... That, in my book, is more important, because although I could have one much more efficient, it would require being away from my base. Having one that's reasonable and local sounds better. Free fishing rod. Wait, did I get a fishing rod? Did he drop one? Nope. Can't see it. If it's floating somewhere, I'm sure I'll pick it up at some point. Look, I'm not particularly bothered by fishing rods. It's just an old rod. It's not a super rod. Or an ultra rod. Wait. Super rod? An old rod? That's Pokemon, isn't it? You should have, I think. They don't always. Same as tridents. They don't drop them every time you kill one holding a trident. There's a chance. I don't think it's guaranteed. Sand? Also, at this point, you start to realise how close we are to the main part of the base. The main dome. My conduit will run out in a moment. Let's make sure I stick over this side. Once I've redone the landscape, I can then come back and slowly replace the stone for sand. I'm not going to do that on my way, because I might change my mind on what angle I'm digging at. Nautilus is 100% if they're holding it, but not rods. Okay. That's what I seem to remember that. Right. Somewhere buried in my mind is that they always drop the Nautilus shell. I don't remember them ever not dropping it, but I remember them not dropping fishing rods and tridents. Wow. Stone. I'm looking forward to how this is going to be better than it was before. I could do with a... Hello. Sea pickle farm. Oh, drowned head. That's fun. Oh, if I could light up as much around the base as possible, then it would restrict where the drowns can spawn to certain areas. It wouldn't be too out of character to have this area lit up, because we're basically next to Coral Reef, which has pickles in it. So if that just extended over here and I just left a dark space for the farm, could work. Bit of a hiccup. Be nice if the extra heads worked like the vanilla ones. In what way? What function do you mean? Do you mean that mobs don't spot you if you're wearing them? I'm not sure I follow. Yes, okay. Does that work with all mob heads? I thought that only worked with creeper ones. What? Right. Doesn't look like much, because there's a lot of cleaning up to be done. That's a lot of stone I've removed. I'm not going to bother picking up everything, just try and pick up the areas that have got plenty of sand. The stone, the granite, it can despawn if it has to, it's not a big problem. The diorite can definitely despawn. I think all of the four, okay. Never claimed to be an expert. And if I did, that claim wouldn't go down for long before people realised I was wrong. Right, let's cut that line. We've got something to work to. Also, as we're going down this slope, we should be close to the conduit and hopefully not running out. Yeah, 4. Skeleton, zombie, creeper. Wait. 4. Wither. Got. Oh. There was another one. Ooh. Huh? What? Are we over the Red Wing by any chance? Red Wing? I have a funny feeling I know what that is. We are over the Red Wing. I know what that trapdoor is. I forgot about Wither Skellies being different to Skellies. Yep. That's understandable. No, I know what this is. This is my creeper elevator, I think. So occasionally a creeper will fly past there. Probably best cover that up. Also means I need to be careful when digging around here. I do have my... Next time I have a thought, let me stand over where I get conduit power still, so that I don't drown. I suppose I should also get some air so the bar refills. Then I don't just drown as soon as I step out of range and the conduit runs out. Derpy squids. Right. Log on to my alt account and I can fly over and just see how close my elevator is. Oh, so that's the last block of it. Oh, and funny enough, there is a... Oh, I missed my chance. Just about to show you where the creeper was. Wait. Oh, it's this one. I'll leave that open, and then next time I see a creeper shoot up, I can open up the door and you can see how. Oh. So we open trapdoor. Wow, there's quite a lot of creepers coming. I think. There we go. You saw one. Yeah, the creeper farm works quite well. And at the moment they're flowing in like one every 2 or 3 seconds. Which is pretty good. Yes, breathe and let's move over this way to get beer. I will leave that bit open. That's actually the extreme corner of it. So basically they shoot up over here, travel along, shoot up again, and then travel this way. Which means that I think I can knock out this block. Yeah, because these are all trapdoors over here. So I can just replace these with sand. Which suits me perfectly. Alright. Here we go. So I can continue cutting this line. We're okay. I was very worried that I'd be interfering with my creeper farm. Which, while we don't actually need it anymore, especially with the generic mob farm working so well, I do like it. Especially as it's only about a third the size I was going to build it to. Ooh, gravel. Yes, please. Your secret base. Wait, do you have a secret base? At some point, Ozra and I need to do a co-stream so we can work at his base and he can tell me all about what he's planning. His hole in the ground is massive. And I'm really curious to know all of the plans he's got for it. Because it's a lot of space. And I'm assuming when someone wants that much space, they have some big plans. Ooh, hello, drowned. So I will need to do a co-stream with you at some point. Ah! Wait, that looked like a... Oh, that's okay. Hello. Oh, another head. And junk. Sand goes in there. Be in and out for a bit, making dinner. Ooh, dinner. Friends? I hear a trident. Oh, it's over there. Come on then. Let's see if we can get another trident. I want a second trident. Ow! Yay! That actually... Okay. I'm really pleased with that. Ooh, and gold. And another drowned head. Let's kill these last two, then we'll float to the surface and head back over to where I want to be. I can't believe that actually worked. Ask and you shall receive. Okay. I really, really want a winning lottery ticket and a woman that actually loves me. Nope. Yay, Trident. Hype. Speaking of hype, hang on a moment. Just thinking how I can share this. Let's swim over towards the conduit and then I can show you what's happened. So, you all know that I got my affiliate a little while ago. I ordered my emotes from... Let's do a little bit of this. I ordered my emotes from a really talented artist that since I ordered them, I've seen loads of emotes since that have gone, oh, I really like that one. I mean, that could be... I mean, I wonder who they used. They might be quicker than the one that I've got because she's got quite a long queue. Turns out it's the same one each time. Emotes. Yep. So with Twitch, when you get affiliate, you have the ability to have custom emotes. Let me find my item I need. I can just drag and drop the layer on like that. So those are my emotes. Put that in the middle of the screen so you can see it. They've been uploaded to Twitch. I'm waiting for them to be approved. It's a process that can take anywhere from a day to 2 months, basically. Everyone has different levels. Clearly a very good artist then. Yep. I love them. Now, as I've only got one emote slot for tier 1, so let's turn off that layer. There we go. Go back to Minecraft, and then I can explain whilst digging. So when you get affiliate, you get one emote for tier 1, one for tier 2, and one for tier 3. The generic subscription of $4.99 a month is tier 1. If you do $9.99 a month, that's tier 2. So the extra level gives you a new emote. And then the other one after that would be tier 3, which is $25 a month, which again you get another emote slot. You can unlock multiple emote slots for tier 1, but you unlock them by having more subscribers. Now, as I've got only a few subscribers, I only have one unlocked for tier 1. That would change if I get more subscribers, but I'm not expecting it anytime soon. Because I'm a small streamer and why would I have many subscribers? But if I did, I could then... Let's go back a step. So what I've done is I've set one of those, which is my smiley one with the hearts around it, waving, as my tier 1, and I've set the other two as tier 2 and tier 3. I get tier 2 and tier 3 myself automatically. I don't get any money from it, it just means I'm allowed to use those emotes. And of course, if anyone else subscribes to those tiers, they can then use those emotes. But that's a temporary solution. I'm hoping that eventually I meet the requirements to have a second emote slot for tier 1, and then I can move one of those emotes from tier 2 or tier 3 down to a tier 1. Those are very cute, Zach, but not cuter than the real one. Oh, you're so sweet. Rhesus, thank you very much for the host. And that, for some reason, came into my mini feed, but the last subscription didn't. I saw the subscription, just still hasn't come into my mini feed. Strange system. Thank you very much for the host. It means a lot. Trying to grow a community and reach out to more people is difficult on a platform when there's so many people. And that's not just the case here on Twitch, it's also the case on YouTube. I'm amazed that I have as many people join me as I do. I mean, on Twitch, 100 followers? Just over 100 followers. And, of course, now on YouTube, as of 2 days ago, I've now got 300 subs. My mind is still blown. Isn't one of the default coin rewards being able to use locked emotes? It is, I think. That, maybe? I didn't know whether that was higher tier or whether it meant you could unlock them even if you weren't subscribed. But I mean, we'll hopefully find out in a few days. As I say, I'm still waiting for Twitch to approve mine. I uploaded them on Wednesday, so it's only been, what, 3 days? I'm hoping that they get approved soon because I really want to use them. I particularly love my hype one. But then again, I also particularly like my cuppa one. You know, tea emote. I suppose I can answer questions about how the tiering works. There'll be things that I don't know. You know, if I don't know, I'll just say I don't know. But for the most part, if you've got a question, just ask. T-mote. That would be a good name for it. Why didn't I think of that? Wow, this is dropped down significantly. Whoop. Keep accidentally going into swim mode. And yes, I'm filling this in even though I'll probably be digging it away again. That just offends me. Do what I could do. I could enable that layer and then just pop it. I put it out of the way. Like that for a bit. Then you guys can see it while I'm digging. See, that made sense. When I tried to book those up, it was just after Christmas. It was basically build up to Christmas time, where there was a large queue of things to be done. And as a small stream, I really can't justify paying for a rush job, which I could have done, but it's basically 50% more, and it wasn't that cheap to get those. I mean, I haven't earned as much on Twitch as I just spent on those, so it's a bit of an investment, I hope. But I love them. No. Bad Catitude. Oh, welcome, Catitude. Nice of you to drop in. Ghost block. The wonderful, the talented, the amazing Bad Catitude. It feels weird to have you join a stream without you singing. Wait, I hope I'm remembering that right. It is you that has the singing. Well, I get to go to a meeting, so rip. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh. What's the chance of getting another try? No, that would be very greedy. And I don't need another one, because it would end up going to Hushbug, who is my base mate and doesn't really use tridents. Let me turn off that layer again, because it's not true. I haven't got those emotes yet. Hide? Hello? But in the coming days, please, I want those emotes so much. I'll hop back here later if you're still on. Well, thank you for dropping in. It's lovely to see you. And it would be nice to see you more often in streams. Okay, my modded instance launched then failed. I can't help you there. I've not done modded. At some point I'd like to. Not for a particular mod, but I know that there are mods that I enjoy trying. Probably sticking with vanilla-esque things first. Right, we dig in here. Let's carve this over this way. That'll probably work. Get rid of that. Hope your meeting goes well, Castitude. Yeah. You brought me sand. How generous of you. You also brought me nothing. Oh, conduit power. Let's grab the air so we fill up on oxygen, which is a useful thing, and eat some carrots. Just in case another trident wielding drown spawns. Now, as that's the extreme of the creeper farm, we're just a couple blocks away from it. We should be good. Oop. There we go. Conduit power. I'd like to try making a mod at some point, but I'm sure I'd be overambitious and never finish if I tried. Do you know other people that make mods by any chance? Because that's the sort of thing that's worth talking to other people that do it, just in case A, they have feedback, and B, they might be able to help you if you get stuck. Which I could imagine is one of those things that no matter how experienced you are with writing code and mods, it wouldn't be unreasonable to expect you to get unstuck at some point. Okay, the instance launch. Congratulations! Go to there and whoop. No, not swim mode. Then come out again. And yes, I know I'm going to be going all the way around here. This is going to be a big area to dig. Should cut across here, and I think it levels. Yeah, levels out here. Wow, that's going to be a big chunk. Oh, it even interferes with this bit, which needs to go down as well. Ah, pain. I did say that this is going to take me a while to do. But also, it's one of those jobs that I can do without having to think too much and enjoy chatting. I don't think so. There's probably some tutorials on YouTube, and I watched some of Tango's dev streams for Techtopia. I watched those too. It's very interesting. Even though it's not my field of expertise at all, I still found it interesting and could follow. I could imagine how much more interesting it would be if that was your sort of thing. Let's put some of this junk in here, because otherwise I'm not going to pick up any of the stuff that I actually want. I can't believe I got a yep. Multi-MC was acting up. Never used it. Right. Let's swim along the surface. We'll head over to that corner instead. Because while I've dug this down, the next layer is kind of reliant on that corner being done first. I think I need to look into multi-MC because I'm aware of a lot of the pros of using it. Rhesus, if you're still in chat, out of curiosity, do you get a long weekend or is it just a regular weekend? Because I know you travel a fair bit to do your work. And I know that you don't get to go home during the week. You work away from home. But do you get a reasonable time at home for the weekends, or is it a regular one? Because if it's a regular one, that kind of sucks having to do all that time away from home without the benefit of something, you know, in return, like an extra long weekend. I have multi-MC for replay mod, but not for anything else. I've never figured out replay mod. Although I did have great dolphins. Damn things. I've had replay mod installed. Tried using it and then never figured it out. It was something that I was going to sort out, but I kind of found myself not really needing to. Most of the time, even if I had it, I think I'd stick with what I've used in the past, which tends to be my camera account, just watching, and occasionally I just change the angle and I do a talk over the top, so you can see what I'm doing and have a little chat. And I know a lot of people like to have time-lapse music. It's just not my thing. As well as that if people were interested in the music, they could listen to music without watching my video. If they come to my video, I thought they might like to hear my wonderful voice. I mean, after all, it is amazing. This voice of such talent, skill, style, modesty. Oh, am I out of beacon range? Blimey. Can I have my beacon power, please? Thank you. It's only going to be for the first couple layers as we're stretching a little bit of a distance away from the hole. Pixel Rift has a tutorial on it. I think it adds a little bit more than static camera counts. There's also a bit more editing effort. Yeah, I can appreciate that. I'm not saying it's not worth it, but when I have done static camera counts, it tends to be for shorter clips. So I'll record me doing something, then I'll move the camera slightly, and you get it from all different angles. So it's not as much lost as if I did the whole thing with just one camera angle. But I can see times when it's particularly useful. I mean, JT and Bex use it for replays of things that happen which you wouldn't catch otherwise, because it happens out of shot and you don't anticipate all of that stuff to happen. So having replay mod running in the background means that if something does happen, you can just go, right, make sure I save that replay file. Whereas occasionally I've had things happen and then I've gone, oh, I didn't capture that. And a replay file doesn't take up a lot of space, whereas, of course, when you're recording video, I mean, let me have a quick look at something. If I look at my recording folder, so where all my files go to for a video, I have 63 clips for the last video, and it's actually not that much in the way of storage. It's just under 3 gigabytes of storage for one video, which isn't too bad. I've had them go up to like 4-5 gigs. So if I was recording everything all the time I'm playing, that would be problematic. Oh! Let's cut this across here and then we can cut this mound across. Down. Although I think I came over here to empty my pockets mostly. Which I've done, and then I've not gone over to pick up the stuff. It's going to look hideous in the meantime, but it's going to be so worth it. You have to have a lot of faith in builds when you start making things worse, knowing that it will look better eventually. I will look into it. I mean, I understood most of it. I just kind of went, oh, God. There was a couple of things that I just was struggling with. I think it was down to the export codecs that I was missing. I went, I can't bother touch. I haven't got time. It was one of those things that I was recording and needed to get done. And so when you're in that mode of, I just need to get this done and finished, and I'm doing this now, I need to record it, that's not the time to have issues that you need to resolve. So I need to do it at a time where I'm not pushed. Optifine just failed. Oh dear, you're not having much luck. I'm not surprised that the creeper farm is quite close to the surface. I picked which wing the creeper farm would go in based on the surface level. So I needed enough height for the drop, which is why it came to this side, because this is built up, whereas those sides really aren't. It just stopped rendering stuff. Sort of. When I clicked render it failed. It started then failed when it was not working. It was something to do with the settings, but I just didn't have the time to investigate what the cause was, so I just did it the way that I've done it in the past. I'll sort it out later. But some of those things that you say you will sort out later, you just don't get around to. Oh, Optifine. I thought you were talking about my replay mod. Cross wires. No gold that time. Alright, let's pick up some of these items before they despawn. Be right back grabbing food. Ooh, yes please. I say that, I've got food on my desk. I can't eat it. Because they're Worcestershire sauce crisps. Or if you're American, potato chips. They're delicious, but of course quite loud. And microphone picks up the crunching. I don't want to be crunching in your ears. Plus, they require hands to eat, and then I can't play, nor talk, because my mouth's full and I'm too polite. Well, not too polite, I'm polite. Oh no, that was the sand, wasn't it? Go away. Ooh! What? Yep, that's new. I've never had a pufferfish head before. Don't know if I've killed a no, I've killed one pufferfish before. I saw it in my report earlier today. I was just having a look. Hello. Goodbye. Wow, he only took one hit. Inventory's filling up again. A lot of sand to be removed. Excuse me, that was incredibly slow. I have haste. Never mind. Derp. Things work better when you've got Aqua Affinity. At least I didn't go on a rant about how it's due to lag or something. Ow! This is definitely a drowned farm. Ow! What? What? That was highly unlikely. I had one trident at the start of this, hoping for a second trident. I've now got 3! I am chuffed. Drown hits. Can't believe that. Yeah, very lucky. I did say this is a bit of a drown farm. But, yeah, that's ridiculous. It wasn't that long ago I was looking at tridents in the shopping district thinking, 50 diamonds. If I get 50 diamonds at some point, I might buy one. And sadly enough, I still don't have 50 diamonds. Let alone 50 diamonds spare. I think I got about 31, 32. I had recently gained a trident, but another drown took it back, and then I killed it. He didn't drop it. No, really? I thought if they picked up a trident, it was guaranteed. I didn't know that was even possible. Right, let's pick up this sand, then head over here. Sand? Sand? They're meant to 100% drop anything they pick up. Yeah, that's what I thought. Safer agrees. And he knows what he's talking about. He's smart. Medium. Hello. I should be careful. Tridents, when they break, do they break completely, or they just, you can't use them? I seem to remember they just go the same as, I seem to remember the same as Elytra. But I know I could be wrong. I'm not risking it. That's a very risky thing to try. Maybe there was a glitch. Maybe. Or it was a different trident wielding round? Maybe? They break completely. Okay. I'll get my mending books on them. I wish there wasn't a technique to enchanting sometimes. Watching Tab Twice do her enchantments on a load of pickaxes to make sure that it costs the least levels. I really wish that wasn't a thing. Just because it means that you have to kind of look it up to be sure how it works. And it's really complicated. And a lot of people don't have all the enchantments they want in the right order. They'll pick them up and add to them gradually. I hear a drowned. Surprise. I mean, with the amount we've had so far, it's not unusual. Doctor, doctor, I keep singing Tom Jones songs. Don't worry, it's not unusual. It's not too difficult. You just pyramid them or use lots of levels. I know. I just wish I didn't have to think about it. But there is also the level cap thing. So if you do it in an efficient way, you can end up with it being too expensive. It is 6 for you. 6:24. The time at the third stroke will be 6:24 p.m. It is. Excuse me. Wow, this looks horrible now. I've ruined it. I've ruined the landscape. But for good reason. This will look better, hopefully. It's also 6:25 p.m. for Zacthedragon. Fellow Brit. At least I assume he's still in Britain. I don't know. For all I know, he could have his accent and move to Australia. But I don't think he has. I see you back there. You haven't got a trident. I'm not worried about you. So we'll cut across here. Eventually. Oh wow. That's going to be a long way from the conduit. Which means I've got to make an effort to remember to cover up the area back here. Which is difficult. Might have been blown away. What? Oh. I can only think of the John joke when people talk about Tom Jones now. What joke? Has the storm not reached you yet? It was a bit wet earlier, but it wasn't particularly horrid. Just kind of weather, which is not what I would have expected from the weather forecast, but I might just be fortunate in where I live. I mean, I can hear it's windy outside, but... Go away. Last time you got involved, I hit you with my pickaxe. You don't want that. I don't want that either, because you don't like it. And you make your feelings known. The area I'm working on is getting bigger and bigger. Right, let me stand up from my computer and stretch for a moment. I also just opened my window just to see what it was like. It's wet and breezy, but not... Oh. It's wet and breezy, but I wouldn't say it's particularly stormy. Not gale force 10 winds. If I go outside, I might get blown to France. Now that sounds more or less severe depending on how close you were to France to start with. Oh. How do I do that line? Ew. Should be doing. Get rid of that. Yeah, much better. Oh my lantern. Oh my lantern. Like a convention of drowned.
Well, look what the rocket dropped off. It's TP.
Hello, TP. Nice of you to drop in. Nice you to drop. I didn't even think about that. Gonna have to change my pick soon. Wonder if I ignore them, how many I can eventually build up. I mean, as long as they stay near me, they won't despawn, and then we'll just slowly generate more over time. Until we hit the mob cap. But it'll be a while before we hit the mob cap with drowned. We can have dinner together. Oh, because you're in France. Gotcha. I'm making a mess, Truckpipe. See all this area here is nice and pretty and covered in sand. Not anymore. Just slowly landscaping. Let's dig out all this sand. Try and pick it. Oh. Try and pick it up. Ow. 3 of them. Sure, we can keep some of this stuff. More space. Go on, hit me. I know you want to. Ow. 4 of them. If you'd like to follow me over here. They're all holding a block. Oh. Poor guy's missing out. Let's pick up this sand from the surface first. Landscaping underwater. Who'd have thunk it? Especially if you think back to 1.12 when we didn't have these beautiful oceans. 1.13 is probably one of my favourite updates to Minecraft. Just with how much depth it added to the game by having life in the oceans. Before this we had land and then like half the map was water and it was just like, it's just a puddle. Nothing pretty about it. Whereas this, much more interesting. Are you enjoying your weekend, Trackpipe, or are you working again? Last week, was it last weekend you said you had the weekend off? How many do we have now? 4! Sand. Sand is pretty good and interesting. It is, but when half the map is boring puddles... Ow! Stop it. Really rude. Because the ocean was just so... devoid of interest. Now with shipwrecks and drowns and... I mean, seagrass, kelp. Just added so much richness to the ocean. Work today, off tomorrow. Hey, off tomorrow. Is that... are we streaming tomorrow, by any chance? Because when when that idea was fielded to me, I was quite excited at the prospect. I've wanted to stream with you for a long time. I think we've done it once before. And for those not in the know, I will be streaming tomorrow. Starting at probably 2 PM UK time. But hoping to have Enigma join us at 2:30. And one of the initial ideas was for Truckpack to join us as well. You're a new one. You're not. So I'm really hoping that we can have a stream together. It'd be fun. Ow! Ooh, pretty fish. I think when we clear off this last section of this level, I'm going to try and pick up all the items, kill the drown that are left, and then fix this pick. Or at least just change to a different pick. I mean, even my shovel's wearing out. Ow! We are getting a little bit laggy, but that's hardly surprising with the amount of kelp sitting up there. Right. Yeah, would help if I used a pick. I'm going to try my best. Reloading my computer's new solid state drive. Ooh. Ah! Ow! I'm trying to fill in a hole. God, man, work in peace. Is that new SSD? Is that a replacement to a previous SSD? Or were you one of those poor souls using a spinning disc of metal? Rust. I say that. Bad mouthing hard disk drives. I have hard disk drives. I think I found a pufferfish. Ow. Right, let's try and grab some of this stuff. Sand. Let's go like that so I know I don't fill up my inventory with too much kelp. And get all this plant because that's important. Wow, conga line. How many gold do I have? Not any, so how many can I get? I would like a couple because I'm short of gold after making all those powered rails. Another head. Another head. Rare, but not what I wanted. Pick up this sand before it despawns and then go see why my cat is meowing on the landing again. Normally it means she wants a cuddle. Which is cute. But also, I'm trying to stream. Right, pocket's full. Replacing a hard disk drive. Oh, wow. You're in the last decade. I'm rude, I know. One of the best things you can do. Hard drives have a use. But... Ooh! I'll be leaving Shay. Just because I can... Okay. Ow! Go away! Not you, Shay. I meant you. Dirt? Do I have... Dirt, that can go in there. Drowned heads and other things. Then I can hopefully pick up all these shulkers. Take care, Shay, and thank you for coming along as long as you could. 4 shulkers. I like to count them before I break them because when you break them and they do spit off in a direction. Sometimes you don't catch them. Oh, this looks horrible. But it's a start. It's progress. Also, of course, because I've been here, we've been spawning slimes. Which means slime balls. And I can say that this stream, because Gorilla Dude didn't cash in to stop me saying slime again. Although he wouldn't have gone for slime. There's a... Oh, sorry, there it is. Look, even when I'm holding back water, I use slime blocks and quartz. Because of course I like using normal blocks. If I remember earlier, this was just under... just over 2 stacks. Whoa! Okay. It was 2.5 stacks when I looked at that one. So it works. Especially, particularly well for an unfinished farm. It's true my rust is over 10 years old. It's about time maybe a new build next year. Ooh, nice. Cool. Yeah, I have hard drives that I use for some things, but it's just... But some... when you can, solid state drives are nicer. Just, of course, expensive per terabyte. So if you're doing bulk storage, you want spinning rust still. Although saying that, my solid state drive now is an M.2 drive, which is 500 gigabytes and cost me, I think it was about $80, basically. I think I paid £50 for a 500 gig M.2 drive that reads and writes at 1500 megabits per second, which is faster than I need. Now you can get drives that write even faster than that, but are you going to notice? Probably not. Let's not put kelp in there actually. Let's grab this and these. You go in there. Shulkers can go on the ground, and then that gives me a chance to sort them out later. Dump. Kelp. Wow. Plenty of kelp. Uh, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 and a half stacks. 16.5 times 64 is 1056. Which means I need 52.8, 53 kelp blocks. Like so. And the rest goes in there, and we're going to just pop these in Hushbug's apartment. Because she's got the right thing. That's really good. My SSD is only 128, though I've had it a little while, and getting a big SSD when I built my PC was quite expensive. Yeah, and I only upgraded to a M.2 drive. Be after I joined Lyfcraft, but probably like September, October last year. Those go in there, and then those go in there. That'll just process in the background. Nice. Shut door, otherwise I get told off. Armour can come off. Tridents can go in the weapons chest. Weapons. I really need to sort through some of these things and either enchant them or get rid of the bad enchantments. Say that and then realise, oh no, that's a bad one. Give me stone. What man doesn't want to pick up stone? Oh, loads of it. Fantastic. Yeah, SSDs have definitely come down in price. And when I bought the SSD that I had in this computer before, it wasn't that cheap to get a reasonable amount of storage in SSD format, so you end up using an SSD for your boot drive and applications, and then a hard disk drive for games. But now with a decent sized solid state drive, I can just run my games straight off an SSD. Much better. I was able to get a 480 gig Kingston for just over $50, but my motherboard is 10 years old. Also, no such thing as M.2 slot. Yep, that's fair enough. But the thing about M.2 slots is that while you have faster potential speeds for transfer, it's less noticeable. I mean, the difference from using my SATA attached... I should actually be holding the thing that I want to repair, shouldn't I? The difference from using my SATA SSD to using my M.2 drive is not that noticeable. It's still, most of the stuff you throw at it, it's not really a noticeable delay. It's fairly instantaneous. And so while M.2 is better for speeds, most of the time you don't notice it. And it's not that big a deal. The biggest difference for me, though, is just not having the cables hanging around, and that's quite nice. Yeah, most of my stream library is on my hard drive, but I put Minecraft on the SSD. Yep. With the operating system. Yeah, which is what I did, and I used to have... so I had a few external drives attached by USB 3, where I had old hard drives from the past, and I would use those to store chunks of data that I don't really need to worry about, like old games. So if I want to play that game, I just plug it in and then tell Steam that that's the library I want to use. So it's got the game, and just open it up. And it meant that I didn't have to spend any money on new SSDs. That's mostly just for games that are old and I'm not likely to want to play them. It gave me the option of having it without having to download it. Which was more of an issue last year than it would have been this year, because I've upgraded my internet since then. Now my download speeds are a lot better. Whereas before, of course, if you got a 4 GB game, which isn't a lot by modern standards, you'd be saying, yeah, I want to play that game. Oh, I need to download it. I suppose I could download it today and play it tomorrow. And that was basically the option. Now, much faster. Is my plan also OS, Minecraft and editing software, then old hard disk drive? Yeah, with 480 gigabytes though, most people would be covered for their working space of games, what you're recording currently, and all your programs. And that's what I do. And so I have, of course, when I'm editing videos, it's editing using my SSD, so it's much quicker for scrubbing across the footage. I record to a scratch drive, so it's just an old hard disk drive, which I've got in my computer. It's 240 gigabytes, which is next to nothing, but I don't have to worry about it using a lot of read-write processes. So I use that for saving of footage, and then just move across. It basically transfers it onto my SSD when I'm working on the file. So it caches it. Now, I was hoping for some more trades. That's not a lot of durability added to my shovel. You give me... Oh, you give me... No. You... Hey! And I have a few more games on my SSD than I would have before, because I've got the space. I don't really need to worry about it, which is nice. It's nice to have the amount that you no longer need to worry. And so I'm using a lot more than I would before. And I'm not too worried about it. I've still got 300 gig spare. Oops, I show offline. Not to me. Oh, let's put these back on. And just going to have a look at the green wing, see whether we've got any kelp filling up. Whee! Dolphin. Just had a dolphin. These were pretty empty when I installed them. Oh, it's coming in. Not, I was going to say not particularly fast, but could it be that these chunks were unloaded? Oh no, maybe it was just a harvest, just spat loads in. So earlier in the stream, I was finishing my alterations for the kelp smelter. So basically all of these fill up and then excess shoots off and goes to the silo. Eventually this is obviously not filled up equally because I threw stuff into different places. There's a hopper behind that. When that fills up, the light turns on, which means a stack of dried kelp in each. I was just looking to see out of curiosity if we were anywhere near close to being full. Probably not. There. I'm looking forward to getting that working. I know that pumpkin melon farms are quite productive, and so it won't take long before the silo starts to fill. There's something quite satisfying about coming in here and seeing lights being on. Now the beetroot and wheat farm is a little bit lower because I've already just fixed them. Oh wow. Yeah, we don't get as much, but it's coming in. Eventually we'll have kelp flowing in. That doesn't count. I probably dropped that in. Right, and I am done for today. What we're going to do is head over to someone else's stream and raid them. If you would be so kind as to stick around and say hello and check out whichever stream we go to, that would be fantastic. Let me just open up my Chrome and see who's online. What's the full one? Cactus. Because the cactus farm, basically everything that comes out of it is not of use to me, so I use very little cactus. Oh, thank you for joining me. I've been doing stuff that I wanted to get done anyway, and I got to do it with some good friends. I really appreciate you all coming out and joining me. Just see who fancy raiding. I think I know who I want to raid. So when you get over there, please just say, you know, Zach raid and say hello and hang around for the stream. No, you want me to raid? That's how you get channel points, remember? So as always, thank you very much for watching. Bye bye. Any moment now, just waiting to press that button. Yay, raid. Right, let's go.